Okay, let's talk about one of the most common mix-ups in the English language, the difference between it's and its. Now, by the end of this quick lesson, I promise you're going to have a super simple trick to get it right every single time. So, have you ever been writing something and just paused, staring at the screen, wondering which one to use? If you have, trust me, you are not alone. This is a tough one for almost everyone, even native English speakers. But the good news is, the solution is way easier than you think. You've probably seen a sentence like this a million times. The dog wagged its tail. I mean, it kind of looks right, doesn't it? But surprise, it's actually wrong. So let's break down exactly why so you can spot this mistake and fix it like a pro. Really, the whole problem comes down to one tiny punctuation mark, the apostrophe. And the reason it's so confusing is that in English, this little guy has two very different jobs. Let's take a look at what they are. So, on one hand, the apostrophe is all about making contractions. It shortens it is down to its to show that a letter is missing. But on the other hand, it's used to show possession, like in the dog's toy, which means the toy belongs to the dog. See, that's the root of all the confusion. So, which rule are we supposed to follow here? Well, this brings us to the main event. This is the one trick you absolutely need to remember. I like to call it the substitution trick, and believe me, it is your secret weapon to never making this mistake again. First things first, let's get crystal clear on it's with an apostrophe. It is always, and I mean always, a contraction. It's just a shorter way of saying it is or it has. That apostrophe is literally standing in for the missing letter I in is. And now for the other one, it's with no apostrophe. This word is what we call a possessive pronoun. Its one and only job is to show ownership, that something belongs to something else. Think of a phone and its battery, or a country and its flag. So here's the trick in 3 simple steps. Whenever you're not sure, just try replacing the word with it is or it has. If your sentence still sounds perfectly correct, then you need the apostrophe its. But if it sounds all wrong and clunky, you need the possessive its. That's it. That's the whole trick, and it works every time. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, why does that work? I thought apostrophes were for possession. And that is an excellent question. It actually leads us to a really simple but powerful grammar rule. Here's the big secret that makes it all make sense. Possessive pronouns, those words that show ownership, they never use an apostrophe. Not a single one of them. And once you realize that, it starts to make a lot more sense. Just think about it for a second. We say his book. We don't say hi's book. We say her car, not hers car. Well, its follows that exact same rule. Because it's a word that shows possession, it doesn't get an apostrophe, just like his and her. Okay, to make sure this all really sinks in, let's look at the 3 most common mistakes people make. If you can learn to spot these, you'll be an absolute master of its and its. First up, using its for possession, like in the company increased its profits. Well, you can't say it is profits, right? That makes no sense, so it has to be its. The second mistake is using its for a contraction, like it's a beautiful day. You really mean it is a beautiful day, so you definitely need that apostrophe. And finally, just adding that apostrophe because it feels right, like the spider spun its web. Nope, the web belongs to the spider, so it's possessive, no apostrophe allowed. All right. Theory time is over. Now it's time to put what you've learned to the test. Don't worry, you can totally do this. Just remember that substitution trick. Okay, here's your first challenge. Fill in the blanks. The robot lost blank, balance, but still working. Go ahead and pause for a second. Can you say it is anywhere? And the answer is it's, and then it's. The robot lost its balance. The balance belongs to the robot. You can't say it is balance. But it's still working is right, because it means it is still working. See? The trick is so simple. Let's try one more. My phone is old, blank, battery doesn't last long. What do you think? Which one is it? And the correct answer is it's. Why? Because the battery belongs to the phone. And it is battery doesn't last long sounds pretty strange, right? So we know it's the possessive it's. You're really getting the hang of this. Okay, last one. Do you think gonna rain today? This one should be a piece of cake for you now. And of course, it's because what you're really asking is, do you think it is going to rain today? The substitution works perfectly, so you know you need that apostrophe. Fantastic job.
So let's just sum it all up nice and neat. The difference between these two words really just comes down to their job, their function. It's shows possession, and it's is just a shorter way of saying it is or it has.
And really, that's all there is to it. The next time you're writing, just remember that simple little trick. If it is works in the sentence, use the apostrophe. If not, don't. And just like that, now you know the secret to getting this right every single time.